Sports. We love them. We hate them. We love to hate them. We hate to love them. We are going to be ranking them, putting them in a tier list based on how fun they are to play, how fun they are to watch. Starting with soccer. Soccer is the most popular sport in the world, and I don't really understand why. It's not that fun to play, and it's not that fun to watch. It's actually extremely boring to watch. Nothing happens for long stretches of time, except for a lot of running, followed by very quick, very intense action, followed by a lot of passing, followed by maybe a score attempt, followed by probably not a point, followed by a lot more passing for hours and hours and hours with very little break. For playing soccer, I have played soccer both in a field and in a gym, and I can say indoor soccer is way more fun, way more technical, way more fast-paced, and a lot more is happening. Now, soccer requires incredible endurance, incredible eye-foot coordination, which is just something that if you don't play soccer, you don't need. So it makes it incredibly hard to play. The skill threshold in soccer is so high in comparison to other sports because we just don't use our feet like that in any other way. I don't get the hype about soccer. I understand it's the world's oldest sport and it's super, super fucking popular, but I'm an American. All my metrics are based off of freedom units. I'm gonna put soccer's B tier. Soccer's B tier. All right, moving on. My personal favorite, basketball. Now, I might be biased about basketball, but it's extremely fun to play to the point where every apartment complex, every rec area, every park has a basketball court. The barriers to entry are very, very low. I mean, people are playing it at a competitive level at like 6 years old. That being said, basketball uniquely has a higher skill threshold in comparison to when you start than probably almost any other sport. The kids who start at 6 years old and the professionals are leagues away from each other, although they can both play the same sport and both relatively do the same movements. Basketball is extremely engaging, both to watch and to play, because something is always happening. Somebody's always scoring. There's always a move. The highlight reels, the edits, I mean, they go off. I love basketball. Basketball is one of the most popular sports in the entire world, unlike football, right? So football is only popular in America. Soccer is popular all over the place, but kind of a little boring. Basketball is a mix of the two. Not only is America so much better at basketball than everybody else, but everybody else also plays, which is great. And the team dynamic of basketball. Basketball is probably one of the most fluid sports that exist. Something is constantly happening. Something is constantly changing. To be rigid in basketball is really to just be somebody who's going to lose. You always have to be thinking and flowing and moving and making decisions all the time. There's no standing around. There's no contemplating what you have to do. It's instinct until the whistle. Unlike soccer, where one person might touch the ball every once in a while, or one player gets a lot of action and all the other players kind of just watch or run around playing a supporting role. Basketball is dynamic. Everyone's touching the ball. Everyone's doing something. Yes, has the NBA kind of fallen off in the last few years? It really has. People aren't really watching like they used to. The highlight reels aren't really going off. There's only so many 30-foot three-point shots you can make and keep people's attention. But basketball is amazing. Basketball is a spectacle. Basketball is something that everybody knows, everybody enjoys. No one has beef with basketball. No one. Well, maybe the Asians, but nobody else has beef with basketball. Basketball, I mean, we gotta put it in S tier. Basketball is one of the funnest sports to watch because it's so fast-paced, and one of the funnest sports to play because it's so fast-paced. All right, moving on. Now we have American football, okay? The old pigskin, honestly, let's be honest. It's America's true pastime. fuck baseball. Baseball is dumb. But we'll get into baseball in a minute because I'm going to go off about baseball. I got beef with baseball. I was forced to play baseball for 8 years and I hated it. I mean, hated it. There's one good thing about baseball. One good thing. Other than that, the whole sport, garbage. Anyways, American football. American football is uniquely one of the best sports to ever exist. Not only is it so fun to watch, the human spectacle is just absolutely insane. I mean, the fastest, strongest, sometimes smartest athletes in the world play football. I mean, when you have a sport where 350, 400-pound men can do backflips and dunk a basketball, we're on a different level. Okay? Nothing competes with football. There are sports that compete with football in certain elements. Think hockey and violence. Okay? Think soccer and speed. Think basketball and athleticism. But football does it all. It does it all. It has a million different combinations. It is extremely violent, plus tactics, plus human will, plus conditioning, plus athleticism. Add. Football is an allegory for war, and if you've ever played football, you know exactly why that is. I mean, it is dirty, it is engaging, it is fun, you're putting your life on the line. Now, that being said, football does have some downsides, okay? CTE. It's really, really dangerous. We make children do it. Have you guys ever watched like a Little League game? Oh, Little League football. We're just throwing 6, 7, 8-year-olds at each other full clip and hoping they don't kill themselves. Not to mention you get like a 5th grader versus a 3rd grader, and that 5th grader absolutely destroys these kids. You get a 150-pound 5th grader against a 90-pound fucking 3rd grader. That kid's a smoothie. And we just decide that that's okay as a society. We're really, really fucking violent. I grew up playing football. I loved football, but I was always scared of football. You know, the only time in my whole entire life I wasn't scared to play football? Okay, and I played from 1st grade playing flag football all the way up to my senior year of high school. The only time I wasn't scared to play was when I knew I was the biggest, strongest guy on the field. Okay, and that only ever really came my junior, a little bit, mostly my senior year of football. So for like 9 years, I'm just a terrified little guy going out there trying not to shit my pants during the national anthem because I am terrified. I'm so scared to go and play and go and get hurt. And it makes sense why I didn't play college fucking football because I guess I'm just a pussy. But yeah, we have children do this for fun and it's really dangerous. But even watching Little League football, it's so engaging, especially when you see like kids who are really athletic or a coach that's really, really smart and knows how to like structure a play super well. I mean, watching a touchdown should be a universal experience. The only time I get more excited for anything other than watching a touchdown is if I kill an animal hunting or I catch a fish. Okay, and those two are some of the most exciting, most primal experiences you can have as a human. So, like, football is a universal, just dopamine hit. On top of just being a spectacle. I mean, it's the biggest stadiums in the world are football stadiums, and we have cheerleaders and fireworks and horses and bulls and cars and celebrities. I mean, if you're an alien and you've been watching humans throughout all of time, football, American football, is the Roman Colosseum, except we fucking injected them with steroids and we put them in almost every fucking state and said, let's fucking go. I mean, you're gonna take the most violent people you can find and then you're gonna pay them millions of dollars and expect them not to kill each other. So I love football. Football's amazing. We're putting football probably A tier. We're going to put football in A tier, and here's why. Because there's large downsides. There are consequences to the sport. It's an amazing sport. Super Bowl, one of the most popular sporting events of all time, but kids get hurt, teenagers ruin their lives, and professional athletes beat their wives. So, can't be the best sport of all time, although it's pretty freaking close. Now, if football becomes a national sport and we start expanding out to overseas and we start playing other countries, this is, I mean, God, no. America versus Germany? Oh, God, there'd be some remarks. America versus France, they're going to be holding up the white flag. There's going to be lots of surrender jokes. America versus Canada is going to be the NHL times 2. There's going to be some violence, okay? People talk about some of the rivalries that soccer has country to country. Wait till you got to play football against each other. There will be riots in the street, more than there already are. We're talking about you, Baltimore. All right. Or Philadelphia. Okay, you think those are bad? Wait till we start playing other countries. Wait till American football is in the fucking Olympics. It's gonna be brutal. And the remarks, you know what I'm saying. The jokes, they're gonna be bad. They're gonna be really bad. We're probably gonna get some politicians assassinated over this. Don't come at me, please. All right, ice hockey. I freaking love ice hockey. I don't know anything about the game, but I love ice skating and I love violence, and can't get any better than that. Ice hockey is great. The country rivalries are great. The stories are awesome. Okay, America beats Canada. America beats Russia. Russia beats Canada. Ice hockey is amazing. I like ice hockey. I like people who play ice hockey. I like going to watch ice hockey. I don't follow it, but I got nothing wrong with ice hockey, okay? And sure, do we make little kids do it? Yes, but the weird thing about hockey that I think is different than football is, for whatever reason, the little kids who are playing hockey, I feel like they probably should be playing hockey. Like, these are 12-year-olds, like, you got 2 options here, kid. You're either gonna be in juvie or you're gonna play hockey. You gotta choose one. So, yes, do they, get the CTE? Maybe. I don't know what the stats are on hockey and CTE. Is there a lot of childhood violence in the hockey? Is it pretty dangerous sport, kind of just like football? Yes, except for those kids are probably going to be criminals anyways, or their dad is absolutely huge and this is a generational hockey family, and you wouldn't be able to take those kids off the ice if you paid them, okay? It's in their blood. They can feel it. They have an instinct. They yearn for the ice, man. They yearn for the speed knives on their feet, okay? They yearn for it. Hockey calls to the white blood like nothing else does, okay? You cannot take a Scandinavian away from the ice. They need it to be cold and they need it to be violent. And if they don't, they will take over the planet, okay? We try to do it with the Vikings, okay? We invented hockey to keep the Vikings in the ice, in the cold, and out of all our countries, all right? Enough said. Hockey, A tier. All right, it's an A tier sport. We fucking love hockey. Everyone loves hockey. Even the people who don't know about hockey love hockey, okay? It is a spectacle from start to finish. You don't even need to know the fucking rules, and you're gonna have a great time doing it. Hockey is great. Tennis. Tennis is fun. I enjoy tennis. I've always enjoyed tennis. Watching tennis, it's kind of slow, it's kind of boring, people are kind of dramatic, it's very white collar, very demure, okay? Tennis, who cares? But it's fun to play. A lot of people can play. The barriers to entry are pretty low. You gotta know how to use a racket, okay? It does take quite a bit of skill to, know how to use an extension of your arm, okay? It takes a lot of athleticism. It takes a lot of precision. It takes a lot of practice. I have respect for tennis. Okay, tennis culture is a little uppity for me, okay? I give off blue-collar vibes for sure, and that's a very white-collar sport. That being said, some of the tennis edits, they go good. Some of the tennis stories, Serena, Venus Williams, the white girls that nobody really pays attention to, the French dudes and the Italian guys that also nobody really pays attention to, but there's documentaries about them. They're fun watches, they're fun reads. Tennis is fun. We're gonna put tennis is a solid B tier. We like tennis. Tennis is great. Golf. I mean, what is there to say about golf? It's an old white guy sport. I'm too poor to play it. It takes way too much time to learn. The skill threshold on golf is insane. I got respect for golf. I understand the appeal of golf. It's not fun to watch at all. But you know what is fun to play? Wii golf is fun to play. I like playing Wii golf. I like playing Wii tennis too, but I like playing Wii golf. Okay? I respect it. I just don't have the skills for it. The boys want to go out, get drunk, hit some 18 holes, get away from the wife. Awesome, cool. Tennis skirts, fashion around tennis, unlike any other sport, okay? The tennis fashion is the best fashion, okay? Polos, short shorts, skirts. Yep, enough said, okay? Tennis. Wait, what? Fuck me. Golf is great. Okay, I'm sorry, I was just talking about tennis, or saying tennis. I meant to say golf. Golf's great. We're throwing golf on B tier. I'd probably put golf ahead of tennis. There's not as much stories about golf, like documentary-wise and stuff, but like there's still some super cool guys, super cool stories. You know, Tiger Woods. There's the Ice-T, the Arnold Palmer. That dude's cool. Happy Gilmore. Like, there's some good movies. Golf is fun. Golf is for the boys. Girls still have a good time. Enough said. Okay, it's B tier. Volleyball. I have a soft spot for volleyball. I've always really enjoyed playing volleyball. We used to play macho volleyball during homecoming in high school, and I fucking loved it. I looked forward to it. My sister taught me how to play. It's a good time. Watching volleyball, it's okay. Like, I'm never gonna watch volleyball on TV, but it's okay in person. The skill threshold to play volleyball, not super high. Yes, there is some athleticism, and I respect the sport. Beach volleyball is super fun to watch in the Olympics, but I mean, it's an alright sport. Okay. We all know why most people fucking watch volleyball. It's for the fashion, okay? But golf does it better. Volleyball's not really giving us anything here. So we're gonna put volleyball C tier. Volleyball is definitely C tier. All right, MMA. What is there to say about MMA? On par, spectacle-wise, with football. No doubt about it. One man, beat the shit out of each other. There's nothing better than that. MMA is amazing. It has been growing and growing and growing and growing. And you know what's even better? MMA has completely wiped the floor with all conversations about what combat style is the best. Everybody knows now. It's kickboxing or boxing and jiu-jitsu, or some combination of a rolling discipline plus a striking discipline. Okay? We figured it out. Mixed martial arts is the greatest form of combat. Bruce Lee doesn't compete. Chuck Norris doesn't compete. Jean-Claude Van Damme might as well be a sham. We figured it out. We took a bunch of dudes, we put them on steroids, they beat the shit out of each other for 10 years, we took away the steroids, and they got better at beating the shit out of each other for another 10 years. MMA's great. It's awesome. I mean, talk about a brutal lifestyle, but if you're somebody who chooses MMA, you probably don't have a lot of paths to begin with. It's not like football where there is transfer of knowledge, or there are a lot of football people who don't quite make it to the NFL that transfer into all kinds of different crazy careers, or people who retire from the NFL and still transfer into careers. You're not really retiring from the UFC and transferring into literally anything else. You either do it or you go broke. I mean, it's brutal. It's brutal. The sport itself is brutal. The lifestyle is brutal. The transfer of knowledge is non-fucking existent. But MMA, the UFC, it has the same downsides as everything else. I mean, when you're making kids do it, the pressure, the toll that it takes on their body and their lifestyle and their time, and we're taking away their childhood and giving them permanent physical damage for the rest of their life. Hopefully not permanent mental damage for the rest of their life, but we all know that it's going to be permanent mental damage. There is one thing that helps the argument for MMA or the UFC or really any combat sport at all. You cannot get in any other sport, tennis, football, basketball, hockey, there's no other sport that gives you the fulfillment, the dopamine, the high of beating somebody in a combat sport, knowing that there was another person who wanted to kill you and you won. There's no other feeling in any other sport, any other realm of life, probably other than war, where you can get that high. And so it's uniqueness, it's primal connection, it's like commitment to the sport, body, mind, soul, time, lifestyle, everything. You cannot compete at the highest level in MMA slacking in literally any way, especially in today's sport. There are natural athletes that make it in every single sport all the way to the top. And that's just not the case in the UFC, especially nowadays. You want to be top of the top, you have to have everything perfect, and then you have to beat the other guy who has everything perfect. And on top of that, if you want to make any real money, you actually have to have showmanship. So you have to have personality on top of all of that. The threshold to be that type of warrior, that type of athlete, is just unmatched. And so because of the downsides, it does lower it a little bit, but it's extremely fun and engaging and just everything to participate in. And there's not a person on earth that doesn't like watching it. If there's a UFC match, whether you like UFC or not, and it's just on in like a dentist office or in the supermarket or at a gym, guess what? You're gonna stop and watch. Everybody stops and watches. Okay? It's a spectacle no matter what. Even if you're somebody who doesn't want to see like that level of violence, you will stop and watch it. Okay? And for that, UFC, MMA, it gets an A tier. Okay? It's A tier, and the only reason it's not S tier, because man, it should be, is because there's downsides. There's a lot of downsides. They don't get paid that well, and it ruins lives. It completely shatters lives. Even if you retire from the UFC, you're fucked up. There's no surviving the UFC. There's no surviving that level of combat. Okay, there's no surviving getting to the top, how long it takes to get to the top. Okay, it's just not gonna happen. I mean, you might as well be a Navy SEAL. And that is the tier list. So drop a like and a follow, and we'll see you next time.